Reopening looks different for every state, but New Yorkers seem to be the most confused. The House is expected to pass the nearly $3 trillion addition to the stimulus plan, and the Ukrainian National Police just requested a list of all Jewish citizens from one town. I'm Joe Moronsky, and this is what's happening. As the country starts to reopen, governors have begun to lay out plans for each of their individual states. Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York recently announced the plan for opening his state. New Yorkers seem to be quite confused about his plan, so let's break it down. Governor Cuomo has decided to split the state into 10 regions based on geography. In order to reopen, the region must meet 7 criteria. First, the region must see a total decrease in hospitalizations over a 3-day period. Second, the region must see a total decrease in deaths over a 3-day period. Third, there can only be 2 hospitalizations for every 100,000 residents. In other words, for every 100,000 people, only 2 can be hospitalized a day. Fourth, the region must have at least 30% of all hospital beds available. Fifth, the region must have at least 30% of all ICU beds available. Sixth, the region must be able to test 30 residents for each 1,000 residents it has per month. This is the only criteria which every region has met. And last, the region must have enough contact tracers to meet the minimum requirements set by the Department of Health. These tracers will contact all individuals who test positive for COVID-19 to see who they may have infected or exposed to the virus. Additionally, Governor Cuomo introduced a new policy saying that all nursing home staff must be tested for the virus 2 times a week. This has yet again brought up the question of testing capacity. When asked about this at his press conference on Friday, Governor Cuomo avoided the question before eventually claiming that the state did have enough tests. However, residents are concerned that if a second wave of the virus arises, the state will not have enough tests because they use them on the staff. The House is expected to pass the nearly $3 trillion addition to the stimulus plan today. This bill would send another round of $1,200 checks to Americans, reserve $200 billion for hazard pay for essential workers, and allow historic remote voting for lawmakers. Usually, lawmakers must be present to cast their vote. However, this proposal would allow lawmakers to vote from wherever they are. Many Republicans adamantly opposed this bill, however, saying that Democrats have hid things in there, such as aid for marijuana growers and sellers. While the bill is expected to pass in the House, it appears that the Republican-majority Senate will reject it. In Ukraine, the National Police Force has requested the information of all Jewish residents of one town. In a request dated February 18, 2020, the National Police demanded the names, mobile numbers, and addresses of all Jewish residents of the town of Kolomea. Jewish leaders claim the request is eerily similar to the beginning of the Holocaust and have refused to provide the information. This is a developing story, and we will keep you updated. And more than 400 California college students received the gift of a lifetime. Students Rising Above, a San Francisco-based organization serving low-income and first-generation college students, received more than $8 million in anonymous donations. This is what the students had to say.
Thank you to the donors.
Thank you guys so much.
God bless you.
It truly is inspirational to see the kindness that some people have in these difficult times. I'm Joe Moronsky, and that's what's happening.